Hey guys, it's Gummer here with the final battle of my Winter Carnage tournament experience. This one's just going to be a straight battle line, um, and it's against a Lizardman player, which is sort of good for me. When I got back into 8th last year, I played a bunch of games against Lizardman. This is a little different though, it's more of a Monster Mash army, but that's probably good for my Empire, so I was sort of quietly confident that my luck might turn. I got rolled up Final Trans, which is good, and Searing Doom. Well, traded one for Searing Doom, and then got Banishment, Speed of Light, and Shem's Burning Gaze. So I thought, it's a good number of magic missiles to take out any skinks that are hanging around. I pretty much just set up in the left corner, pretty much ensure there was no 12-inch gaps around me for any chameleon skinks to pop in behind me. They could go over to the right, but I didn't care. The steam tank's over there. Yeah, my strategy here was just go at his skinks with my knights because it just comes down to how well can you roll 1-up saves, and send those halberds into the building if I can, and obviously use my cannons and stuff to take out his monsters. So yeah, this is his setup. He's got so he had some skinks and then a Bastillodon, and then a Razordon hunting pack. This chameleons. This is taken before he puts his scouts down. Says the chameleons end up where that arrow's pointing. Then he's got. It's just a large block of normal Saurus. It's not Temple Guard or anything. And he slams in there, and it's the Lawmaster of High, I think he was running. Another Bistolot on the back, Ancient Stag, and then you can see two. Actually, I'll move it over. Some a 2-pack of Razordons, and then he's another set of skinks inside that sort of ruin there, and then he's some type of hero on a Carnosaur. So I go first. So that's 5 out of 5 games this tournament I've went first. So I guess it's bad luck I had with Magic. I've got good luck going first, which is not too bad. And I just want to get in that building, so everything moves up as fast as it can. My 2 knights on the left just go up towards his skinks. Really not too worried about them. It's, as I said, it just comes down to how well you can roll those 1-ups. It's just a shot from the other side. So was that. the Between my cannon and my cannon on the steam tank, I end up taking out his Carnosaur, but not. I think I may have put a wound on his hero or something, but yeah, he's still there. But that's a good monster down. And the Hellblaster takes off that little bunch of chameleon skinks. So yeah, his turn, he brings the skinks out as a sort of to chaff at my knights. He moves forward tenderly, doesn't really come up too much. I guess he wants to get some magic off, trade some spells for some other. Actually, he really wanted to get dwellers. That's what he was going for. You can just see the chameleons up there. His other set just going up towards my archers and demigoose. I'm not really too concerned. I'll send my archers at them, but they'll probably die. But at some point, I'll be able to magic them off. I think he tries a few shots at the steam tank. Nothing really happens. You can see I've lost 2 knights to javelins, or some other shooting, which isn't great, but that's okay. And yeah, no wounds on my steam tank there. You can see I've lost a couple of archers to, I think it probably is chameleon shooting. So yeah, I send both my knights into these skinks. I think what happens is my unit of 3, one of them died and they panicked and ran back, and the other ones made it in. My halberds get into the building, and my buff wagons just move around the back a little bit. Not a whole lot of movement. My steam tank just pivots to start shooting at the ancient stag, which is what it does. And in my shooting, yeah, it was a good round of shooting. So my cannon takes off this Bastillodon, and the other Bastillodon I get out as well. And it could have been a combination of. It probably was. Actually, I think what happened was my cannon overshot the Ancient Stag and went into the Bastillodon, and I got it. So both of them down, turn 2. That's good. This is what's supposed to happen. My knights who kill those skinks, or they kill the skinks and run off the table. So Lisbon 2, turn 2, he starts advancing a little bit more. I mean, not a whole lot. Yeah, he was probably as frustrated as me. He was down the bottom tables too, so his luck on this game wasn't too great. He did end up trading. He got a few high magic spells off and traded for dwellers at this point. And like before that, all I was worrying about was the fiery spell into that building. I got my halberdiers in there. He'd be re-rolling to wound, so I think I've burnt a scroll stopping that. 6 dice dispelled it, and eventually around this time or next phase he ends up getting dwellers, which is not great. So that's 2 spells to worry about. These lizards just reform and he moves his slan over. I think it's more about just getting things in range and wanting to possibly take on the halberds in the building if you can get fiery off. Is it fiery? Whatever it is. His stag heads for, and the Razordons head for my steam tank. And yeah, I think he ends up getting a wound through with some shooting on the steam tank. So Empire turn 3, the knights come on the board and just head for this Razordon pack here. My other 2 knights have rallied and they're moved up as well. And my demis are they just take off full. They might have got march blocked or something, but they're just going as quick as they can towards that hero that's in that building. That ruin, I want to get the points for that if I can. My buff wagons move around a bit, and I've actually brought my war olds down there just to magic missile those chameleons off. Just a shot from that side. Magic. Get enough dice finally and to 6 dice final trans, which I do. Take a bunch of his Saurus off. Don't get the Slan, unfortunately. And nothing much about it. So Lizard turn 3, the Razordons go into the flank of my demis. Not too happy with that. I thought, well, you never know, like you only get 3 attacks back sort of thing, so we'll see how we go. And the stag hits my steam tank. These Razordons down here actually go at these knights too. Charge in and beat them and run them down. But yeah, his Razordons didn't fare so well. I don't even know if they did a wound. Whatever happened, we actually won the combat. We spin round and yeah, we'll be able to take them out next combat phase. And the Ancient Stag, it may have done a wound to the steam tank. That's about it. So my turn 4. Yeah, surveying the battlefield here. Pretty much popped the halberds out. At this point, I was worried about him, more worried about fiery than I was about dwellers. So I thought if I pop them out, then I just have to worry about 6 dicing dwellers. Sorry, that's what I just wanted to worry about one spell. The Hurricane charges those chameleons, and I beat them. Yeah, must have run. I've beat them in combat, and I've just reformed. And these knights just move up for a rear charge on the Saurus. You can see the Razordon hunting pack there's moved after the overrun of my 2 knights. It's sitting right where it needs to be to die from my artillery, that is. My steam tank generates enough steam points to kill the stag, which is good. And yeah, the Hellblaster unloads into those hunting packs. I think what happened actually, I didn't get enough to kill it, so I ended up having to use the cannon and grape shot it and got rid of him. So yeah, we've beaten the Razordons there in combat with the demis. They've reformed to start going back at that for that hero. And I got final trans off again. So I've wiped him down. I think he's only got about 8 Saurus left now. And the bottom of the pick there, you can see the yeah, that's right, that's right. That I already said that. Yeah, the Razordons have died up there with the Demigryphs. So Lisbon turn 4. He doesn't have a lot to do. I think he's been getting thrown off, and then the 4-up regen on from Law of Life on his Saurus. So that's going to help him in combat. And these skinks have come out of the building just to sort of pick on something, hopefully take on my Celestial Hurricaneum. So my turn 5, yeah, I charge into them, trying to get them. And I go for the double charge on the Slan unit. And you can see the demis have moved up to the building there, trying to hunt out that last remaining Saurus warrior. I get Baronas up. I think it's Baronas or one of them. Maybe Fars up on the Halberdiers. And wipe out a bunch of skinks there, but not enough to totally take them out. I think they hold. In the combat, actually, didn't do as well as I would have thought in terms of the Saurus warriors. I only killed about, I'd like to say 3 or 4. It wasn't many. I did get the Slan though, so I mean, at the end of the day, they break and I run them down. And that was the end of the game. We called it there because yeah, the Hurricane was going to take out the remaining skinks. His Saurus and Slan are gone. The other thing he had left was that hero, and we had another turn left. So it was 20-0, but with comp it was 18-2. So it was a good way to end the tournament. I think everything's fired on all cylinders in that game for once, which was good. So overall, game-wise wasn't that great. 14 out of 22 though, with that last good win at the end there, that pulled me back up to the bottom. What's that? The bottom third, which is not too bad. Good news though, I actually won best painted, so that was totally stoked with that. So yeah, it was a good tournament in the end, even though my gameplay wasn't that great. But it was good to play some of the see some of the best players in Australia that they play there as well. I wasn't playing them as such, but not being down the bottom anyway. But yeah, it was good to see some of those guys and hopefully take away a few tips and get a bit better for the next set of tournaments I'll play. So I hope you enjoyed that set. I know that it's a bit quicker, a bit more disjointed than usual, but yeah, I didn't take any notes and just took as many pictures as I could without slowing things down. So I'll return to sort of normal programming this week. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.